Hey video friend, welcome back to my channel. Liz Kleba here. And today we're going to talk a little bit about I'm going to talk a little bit about my fall capsule wardrobe inspiration and the fall trends and kind of how they kind of all mix together. So I've been pulling pieces, so I thought, oh, perfect opportunity to chat with you about fall trends and where I'm getting my inspiration and kind of where it's going. So yeah, there. Hopefully that corrected the light just a little bit for you. So yeah, I'm very excited about fall. I love fall style and fall fashion, although I won't get to actually dress like it's fall for months now still, because I live in a very warm place and we're lucky if we get any fall weather by November. But it's interesting because at least a good 75% of the women I work with say that fall is their favorite season to dress for. And when I dig a little deeper, it really seems to be, for some people it's about the colors, like those rich autumnal fall colors. But for most, it's really about texture and layering and softness, right? We go from those crisp poplins to the soft sweaters, and I think a lot of people love the softness and the textural elements of fall style. So let's talk a little bit about fall style today. And I've pulled some items that are going to inspire my fall capsule wardrobe. So I'm going to jump up here in just a second and talk about those. But there's really two things that are inspiring my fall capsule this year. One is the trends, which I'm going to discuss here in a second. And the other is an exhibit that I went to recently at SCAD Fash in Atlanta. It was the Manish Arora exhibit. He is an Indian designer, and his work is just bold. And I'll throw up a picture. There we go. Here, let me slide over, pop a picture up there for you of some of the exhibits. His stuff it's a riot of pattern and color, and it really inspired me for fall because summer is often very stripped back and bare, but I thought, ooh, fall's a really good time to go a little bit more maximal. And so I'm thinking I think it's just time to overdose on some things, including pattern. And you'll see a little bit of that as we get going in here. So let's talk about some fall style trends. And when I talk about trends here, I don't even include the bananas ones, like the ones that don't work for most of us. I'm talking about wearable style trends. And I would bet that you have at least 3 of these trends that I'm going to be talking about already in your wardrobe / closet / jewelry drawer. Okay, which means you don't need to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. You could just move those pieces from the back of your closet to the front and give them a little bit more love, right? Why does it matter? Well, it doesn't. If these trends aren't for you, skip them completely. But if they are, like I said, it's a great way to give some pieces you already own some love. And then it's also a great way to give a nod and a wink to what is going on in culture around you. And it helps you feel more modern and current when you, 1, know what's going on, and 2, you can kind of rock a little bit of it. So let's chat about style trends for fall, winter 2024-2025. So let's talk about it. I'm going to jump up here because I want to show you some of them. And some you're going, what? Trend? Yes. Because they have their moments in the sun, right? Some of these trends never go away, but they're having a special, let's just give them, they're having a special moment. And so if you have them in your closet, give them a special moment. So here, let me move my chair out of the way. There we go. I'm getting a little help today from T-Rex and Rocky the raccoon. So yeah, but let's talk a little bit about it. So 2 of the trends I want to talk about today are color and, there we go. Let me do that so my mic's a little bit closer. 2 of the trends are about color. Some more are about pattern. Some are about shape. Some are about pieces and accessories. So we'll just kind of tackle these. I'm not even sure how many are here. I'll have to probably go back after this and watch and count up the trends, right? So number 1 color trend that I want to talk about is wine / burgundy / Merlot / Pinot / you call it what you want, right? We're seeing everything from deep reds to dark wines and burgundies, and it is a super wearable color. The reason I love wine as a color is that one, I call it a colored neutral, and I'll link an article below about why I call it why it's a colored neutral, but we're seeing it worn with everything. We're seeing it worn as a neutral, and we're seeing it worn as a color. It pairs so well with so many things. Like, it looks beautiful with camels. It looks amazing with grays. It's a classic with navy. You can even wear it with black. It's gorgeous with white and winter white. Like, there's so many, there's pretty much nothing you can't wear wine with. The cautionary piece I would give you is, let's not go 1980s decor and do wine and green, unless you're gonna tweak it and do it with like a really fun green, like an acid green. We don't wanna go hunter green and wine, because that's gonna feel very dated and very 1980s. If you live through them, you remember all the wallpaper and all the furniture, right? Oh my gosh, so many furniture patterns. Anyway, but, so wine. So what did I do? I dug out some wine items. I dug out my bag, my moto jacket. I'm gonna sub my white shorts for my kind of winey red shorts here. Pulled out my flower, little lipstick, nails. Wine colored nails are gonna be a biggie, right? So yeah, there's wine in this patterned blouse here. It's kind of got some winey reds in it. So I thought, oh, great. I'm gonna pull those pieces, move them to the front of my wardrobe, or in this case, they're all scattered here because of the pieces that they are. So that's kind of the number one color trend I want to talk about. Number two is greens. All the greens, kind of greens in any way, shape, or form. Maybe not Kelly green, but we're seeing so much green. We're seeing olive green, we're seeing acid green, we're seeing lime green, we're seeing olive green. And olives are tricky because, and olives. So here I have kind of a mossy olive green. This one is a cooler olive, but then there's warm olives and cool olives, and there's also warm burgundies and cool burgundies. So when you're looking at wines, if they're more browny, just like if you lined up a whole bunch of glasses of wine, if the wine looks more browny, then it's probably more of a warm wine. If it looks more purpley, then it's probably more of a cool wine, right? So depending on your coloring, warmer or cooler, you can find greens and wines that work for your coloring. So yeah, we've got load and green unit. We've got so many greens, and we're mixing and matching the greens. We're not worried about whether they're all the same shade. I mean, we're seeing limes mixed with olives. Like, it's really kind of fun. I love it because I love a good color play. So I've got a green shirt here. I have my green jacket. There's some green in this top here. There's some green in this dress here. So I don't own I've got a green wool jacket that I'll pull once the weather gets cooler. But yeah, I don't own nearly as much green as I ought to, particularly since green is kind of a signature color for me because of the color of my eyes. But I keep looking, and it's hard for me to find the greens that I like and that I want and that look good with my coloring. So yeah, okay, so two colors to keep aware of, wine and green. Okay. So let's talk about prints. We are all about all the big cats this year. So cheetah, leopard, all the cat prints, whether that's in cool tones, like in the grays, or whether that's in warm tones, like the beiges and the taupes. So I'm very excited because I love a little animal print. Oh, yep, I've got a scarf here, right? So is it the best for me, these warm ones? No, but will I wear them anyway? Yes, because I love them, right? If you love them, do them, whether they're perfect for you or not, and finesse it. And I've got, and I'll link an article below as well about ways to finesse colors and patterns and things that aren't your best. It's all about black because black is really not ideal for many women, but the tips can apply to anything, right? To any particular color or whatever. So yeah, very excited about that. So greens and wines. So let's talk about, started talking about animal prints, and kind of in conjunction with that animal print thing, we are also seeing faux fur, fuzzy textures, shearling, right? And when I mentioned fall, like, it's all about the texture for a lot of women. So yes, so we're seeing fuzzy, we're seeing shearling, we're seeing just all the, we're seeing things that look like Muppets, right? We're seeing bags that look like Muppets. They're like hairy and whatever. Works for you? Run with it. Okay. So yes, so animal print, all the animal print. Another huge trend that we're seeing is everything denim. I mean everything denim. Denim shoes, denim bags, denim coats, denim shirts, denim skirts, denim jeans, denim trousers. We are seeing, and we're seeing lots of double denim. Now, I know a lot of people have the quote Canadian tuxedo fear, and it's okay. It's okay, you can deal with that. Maybe I need to do a video later on this month. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like some tips and tricks on wearing double denim so that you don't feel like Britney Spears a la I don't even remember. I don't remember who it was with her either. It wasn't Justin Timberlake. I don't remember, but it was the acid wash double denim thing. Anyway, whatever. If you have the reference, let me know below. And if you want a video on wearing double denim, also let me know below. So I have pulled, and I have a lot of denim because denim is my love language. Denim, my love language. So what have I pulled? Well, my jeans, right? Got my jeans. I have a denim shirt here. I have a denim blouse that is on repeat that I wear all the time. It featured in some of my summer wear, rewear kind of videos. I have this blue denim kind of pop over top that's really kind of interesting. It's, so yeah, gonna wear that. It's a little bit brighter blue. I have my jeans. Like I said, I'm gonna pull I'm gonna pull my gray, black, faded black jeans out. And it doesn't all have to be blue. Most of the denim we're seeing is blue, but you know, you do you, boo. I have a denim dress here that I've pulled. I have a denim short sleeve denim jacket. My regular long sleeve denim jacket with the applique on the back will be here as well. I have a denim blazer that was gifted to me as a present. So yeah, so all the denim. Gonna be doing all the denim this season. And I'm excited about it because I love it. I'm really looking forward to wearing the denim blazer with my jeans kind of as a suit, or my little jacket here as a, with my jeans as an outfit. I really like that idea. Thinking about wearing this little tunicky thing over other things as the weather gets cooler, like with a blouse sticking out underneath. And then, yeah, so very excited about that as well. So yeah, so we've talked about double denim and we've talked about animal prints. Now let's talk about nautical. You're going, nautical's not a trend. It's not. But the interesting thing is that nautical, when it trends, always trends in the spring and summer. Spring, summer, spring, summer. And we're seeing it trending for fall, winter, which is an interesting little bit of a twist. So what did I do? I pulled out some nautical stripes. The blazer you see here has brass buttons. So think nautical stripes, think brass buttons, think navy, which is kind of exciting because I'm a fan of navy and it's nice to see navy in the fall. Usually we don't see a whole lot of navy, but we're seeing navy and white, navy and winter white, navy and cream. So I pulled that to wear maybe with whatever, probably with some jeans and like a navy, my navy shell here, right? So yeah, loving that. So that nautical, double denim, animal print. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? I think those are kind of the big, tailoring. Let's go back here. So as you can see, this is a denim jacket, but it's very structured. It is tailored like a blazer. We are seeing a lot of the, some people call it the Ralph Lauren look, some people call it English country. So we're seeing a lot of the English country, tweedy, but it's got that traditional structured tailoring. So we're seeing a lot of that again this year. We're also seeing very ladylike suiting, so think the little Chanel suiting. And one of the big trends that we're seeing, I'm wearing it right now, is cardigans. Wearing cardigans. Now, granted, you're going cardigans in fall, like that's not a trend. It sounds very Miranda Priestley. Cardigans, fall, groundbreaking, right? But we're seeing them worn differently. And this is the thing. Let me pull my chair back. Ooh, noisy. Sorry about that. The thing that we're seeing about cardigans is, one, they're not the big long drapey waterfall kind of shapeless cardigans. We're seeing oversized cardigans, but they may be roomy, but they're not, the sleeves aren't drooping, they're not drooping down past your backside. But the way to keep those cardigans looking modern, let's talk about that. So if you don't want to look like your grandma in a cardigan, even though I am a grandma and I'm wearing a cardigan, I'm a grandma in a cardigan, right? If you don't want to look grandma in a cardigan-y, I've got 3 kind of little tips. 1, focus on the size. We've got to make sure it's the right size for you. Can't be huge and oversized. Shouldn't be sloppy. It can be roomy, but it can't be sloppy. 2, consider belting it. So there we go. Belting a cardigan, so wearing it with your, if it's a, here's a great way to use that wrap or waterfall cardigan. Cross it over and belt it, right? Belt it with your jeans. It will give it more of a finished and polished look. Belts are huge this year. So run with the belt thing if you can. And I'll discuss some trends, accessories trends here in just a second that I'm very excited about. And third, button kind of at the top, and we're seeing this with jackets as well and like denim shirts. Button at the top and then let it open, like leave it open with whatever it is you have underneath. That's one way, rather than leaving it open at the top and buttoning at the bottom. That's got kind of that grandma vibe. But if you button it at the top and then leave it open to drape, that has a slightly different feel. And then third, wear it as a top. Wear it as a shirt. So button it all the way down, tuck it in your jeans or tuck it in your skirt, right? So wearing it as a shirt, wearing it as a top rather than just as a cardigan is another way to keep it more current and modern. We're seeing all of those. So so let's talk about trends. Let's talk a little bit about accessories trends. We are seeing, I was making fun of the 80s before, but we are seeing big 80s earrings again and big 80s jewelry. So whether that's a big wide cuff, a big wide like torque type necklace, big bold gold earrings, we are seeing big jewelry pieces again. Doesn't mean you're wearing a whole ton of them, right? But we are seeing that. We are seeing pointy-toed shoes again. I know some people are going, oh no, not pointy-toed shoes. I can't stand it. I broke out my wine-colored pointy-toed flats, and so I'm very excited. If you're dreading the pointy-toed shoe, just don't do it, right? But for those of us who have narrow feet, we are very excited because it means that we might actually be able to find some shoes this season. Because those of us who have narrower feet can really struggle when the shoe trends are bigger and wider, and like a lot of the platform, bigger kind of bulk, they make them wider. They make them bigger and wider, and then they don't work for us. We just walk right out of them. So for those of us and you out there with narrower feet, this may be your season to find some shoes. So keep your eyes open. It might be a good year to buy some new shoes. Trends. Talked about big jewelry, talked about pointy-toed shoes. Oh, and belts. I mentioned that in passing before. I was talking about belts are huge this year. Maybe that, and all belts, everything from narrow skinny belts to big wide belts. So why not take a couple of skinny belts and buckle them end to end, double them around. We're seeing double belts again like we did in the 1970s and 80s, yeah, pre-90s, so it was definitely 80s. So we're seeing those double belts, we're seeing wide belts, we're seeing belted dresses, belted jackets, belted cardigans, belted sweaters. We're seeing belts everywhere. So if you have a waist, take advantage of this. Show it off. If you don't have a waist, there's a couple of ways to finesse that, and maybe we can talk about that later too. If your figure is unwaisted, and if you don't know if your figure is waisted or unwaisted, and that's W-A-I-S-T-E-D, not W-A-S-T-E-D, I'll link an article about that below as well, about waisted versus unwaisted figures and finding your body shape, because wow, so helpful. So these are the pieces that I want to pull to start building my fall capsule wardrobe off of. I'm very excited about fall and fall style this year. We are seeing a lot of everything, right? So if it makes you happy, if it makes you feel good about yourself, then wear it. But it is a smorgasbord. We're seeing a smorgasbord of different options out there. But the ones I shared with you today are some of the ones that I consider most wearable for a variety of platforms in your life. So maybe double denim doesn't work for you, right? Maybe your work doesn't, but this is really for kind of everyday style. Not necessarily work style, although a lot of these trends also work well played into your work wardrobe if you are still working in a more traditional work setting. So let me know in the comments below, any of these trends that I talked about today excite you? Do you already have them in your wardrobe? Let me know if you have them in your wardrobe. Like I mentioned before, I bet you have at least 3 in your wardrobe that you could pull out and give some love again. So thank you. Make sure to subscribe because you don't want to miss next week's video. And stay safe and sound, sane and stylish. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me today because your time is precious and any of you spend with me is a gift. Bye.